Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sonic Adventure 1 Revisit.
Wrong!
Wrong!
This is all wrong, Johnny.
I know. Hey, I don't recall you guys giving me any sort of shit when we originally did the Dreamcast.
I wasn't on the LP, because I fucking would have.
I was talking to Ryan and Lewis.
I don't particularly care. The only inconvenient part about this for me is that I ordered the files wrong on my hard drive. So
this LP is no longer canon. This is not the way I play this.
oh yeah, that's right. There are two Metal Sonics. There's the one from Sonic CD, and then there's the one from Sonic 2.
No, that is officially now called Robo Sonic. Thank you, Lego Dimensions.
I thought he was Silver. Whatever.
No, so technically speaking, the Silver Sonic from Sonic 2 on the Game Gear is officially Silver Sonic, and the Silver Sonic from Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive is now canonically called Robo Sonic.
Wow, this series sucks.
It does.
Okay, well, he's hashtag not my Silver Sonic. So.
The one from Sonic 3 and Knuckles is Mecha Sonic, by the way.
Yep. I'm gonna tell a story that I've said on FTCR so many times that Steven cries whenever I bring it up. My favorite thing about being at MomoCon, Tracy Yardley was there, and there was this kid in front of me and TJ. He was like, "Can you draw me Silver Sonic? Not the Silver Sonic from Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. The Silver Sonic from Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive." And Tracy Yardley was just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Are you sure that kid said Mega Drive? Because if he was America, he said the correct console name.
Oh yeah, he would have said the wrong. No, Ted.
That
console is
certainly.
Japanese.
No, there are more Genesises sold than Mega Drives.
Genocide.
That kid
you English fool.
most certainly was America. Just saying.
That kid was America. That kid was the human personification of America.
Not American. Just the entire fucking country.
Hey, it
Mega
explains
Drive does
so
what
much.
Nintendo don't.
This level is the most pointlessly easy thing on the planet.
I mean, shooting
though?
the Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic doll, I do think is really funny.
As laughable as this level is, there is a cut line in the coding that was there in case you screwed the level up. Gamma would exit the room and Eggman would pretty much scold you until you could get your ass back in there.
There was also, Johnny, you're also forgetting, if you're able to complete that level in 10 seconds, there was the cut line where Gamma goes, "Please smack me harder, Daddy."
I mean, I find it funny that not only is Sonic's last level Gamma's first level, it's just Eggman's petty enough to like literally have the dartboard with his enemy's face on it. It's like, okay, all right, dude.
Look at him walking line, you crazy bastard.
Like, seriously. And he just caught himself doing it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's his animation with Knuckles, and he's like, "What? Knuckles?"
Man,
that's his skin animation.
I like how the only update they made to Eggman's model was the fingers. Everything else is the same.
Everything else is the same. Everything else is Dreamcast.
And I'm pretty sure
they didn't update Big, and they didn't update. No, they update Big's fingers as well.
Yeah.
But they did not touch Gamma at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Gamma's fingers not really being separate always really bothered me, you know?
The claw.
Please tell me just stand there.
He's the only one that can get away with it, though. It's kind of like how the Metal Sonic figure in the Sonic toy line is the only one that can get away with having all these weird robotic-looking joints on it because he is a fucking robot. So it looks perfectly natural. But when you get to the Sonic toy in the same line, it looks ridiculous.
Oh, that always bothered me about action figures and whatever, is when they have like the weird circular elbows, and I'm like, this is wrong.
Clement, there's always a part of me that feels I'm going to somehow miss the missile, which is why I always take a few steps closer, because you can just stand there.
Yeah, every time I've ever played this fight, after I figured it out, it's like, you can just stand there and mash the B button, and the laser will always aim in on Beta, who will always take like a stumble whenever he gets hit, and then you can just hit him again, and you don't have to move. You just have to mash B and you win the match.
Yeah.
But we're not as advanced as Beta is.
Yeah, but Beta was the first one made, so why did he make his second robot worse?
Let's get into some great game theory shit here. Gamma's part of the E100 series. Beta is 101. Where is 100?
I think that's supposed to be 0.
Yeah.
Because he is number 0. Oh man, so much lore.
But it's only 1-0.
Game theory, is Gamma communist?
It's kind of funny though that there's this random ass story arc about Eggman suddenly deciding to start making proper robots with guns and stuff after spending decades making robot bees and stuff.
I welcome you all to my I welcome you all to my game show, my Teenage Mutant Ninja Robots.
But the bee had a gun.
Ryan, I question that. These aren't mutants. They're clearly not ninjas. I think you said that just to try and be humorous, without being accurate. No good,
Well,
sir.
they have the same color scheme, so.
Yeah, but that would imply that Raphael is the best turtle, which is clearly just false.
My man knows. It's Donatello. Thank you, Splatoon, for
Mikey?
proving that.
Mikey?
Splatoon proved it. Splatoon
Mikey?
proved it.
If they ever remake Sonic Adventure 1, this cutscene is going to be the most glorious goddamn thing. I
No,
mean,
the Gamma has the best cutscenes in the game, not just in terms of like we'll get to the hashtag dramatic stuff later, but even in terms of comedy, I think Gamma has the best cutscenes in the game because we're not at it yet, but the one after Emerald Coast is one of my favorites in this game.
Also, I like the fact that you're just this robot walking around the city and no one's...
Top of the morning.
No one cares.
Hello, fellow humans. How are we doing on this human day?
Oh yeah,
Hello,
my
Mr.
favorite
Robot,
thing...
Your room is now ready.
My favorite thing about controlling Gamma, apart from just how... he kind of feels like really smooth and fast, but whenever you go underwater, he switches into hover mode, which is actually really fun.
Mode change.
He's also the only good voice actor in the game.
I like
Genuinely good, that is to
I like
say.
Gamma's control over the mech levels in SA2, but the SA2 levels are just more interesting. Because Gamma's you blow through them so fucking
Oh wow!
fast.
When Sonic ran through that loop, he must have jump started the growth of those plants.
Well, see, Johnny, I think it's something we talked about in the last part. I think from a control level, I do prefer how these characters control in this game. But yeah, SA2 does have the advantage of having the levels designed for how those games play.
those characters are, yeah.
I like the koala bear just kind of humping Gamma's foot.
I like how Froggy's tail is snapping in half when he's bending over.
Yeah, it's interesting. They have like a time mechanic, so like every time you kill a badniks, you get a little extra time.
Which
And
don't
yet they
matter
throw
in the slightest
levels-
when you're playing it normally.
Yeah, and when they throw levels at you that are so short, you can easily beat it with the default timer.
Yeah.
This is the wrong location.
It's more of a thing for the B and A rank challenges.
Yeah.
Where you have to clear the level with a specific set of time left.
And you know,
Yeah.
there is potential for this gameplay style. To be fair, like if there were longer, more specialized levels, it could be really good arcade fun. Which
Like
is
it
another
is
thing
in
that
SA2.
I was gonna say, and they were in SA2.
Yeah, they were kind of. Although I will say I prefer Gamma's control over the mech
Yes,
suits in
same.
Adventure 2.
Yeah.
So,
Like I feel like I've never
Yeah,
thought
until he
that
turns
the-
into a treads and starts driving around. I like that.
yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, really.
I will say I never thought that the mech stages in SA2 controlled badly. I will say that
I
I
don't think
do
they
like
control
how
badly. I just don't think they control very well either.
I do. I think that honestly, in some ways, this is going to sound like a dumb complaint, and I know it's dumb because it's coming out of my mouth. Gamma controls too well for the stages that he's in because you can float. And hold on, I'm not saying
No,
that
he
he's
does. He
Okay,
does
no,
kind
no,
of.
let him finish. Let him finish.
he
Let him
does
finish.
because
kind of,
he can float over everything is the big problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they should make his control worse. That's not what I'm arguing. This is more of a the stages don't fit the control kind of thing.
Yeah,
and they
it's kinda-
overcompensate. They overcompensated in SA2 by making the mechs not jump nearly as far.
I'm not sure if there's a mod for it yet, but I would like to see how Gamma handles in Eggman and Tail stages of SA2.
Well, you know what? Again, because something we brought up before is is a remake of SE1, and one thing I would honestly like is leave Sonic's levels as they were, because they were designed for him. But if they were to remake it for characters like Amy, for characters like Gamma,
Tail, so he doesn't break everything.
Tails, like redesign their level so it still takes place in Emerald Coast, in Twinkle Park, but they've been it's redesigned for their characters, and they aren't just playing Sonic's levels, which again characters like Tails and Gamma can just piss through.
I would
Yeah.
agree. That's something. I don't think that they would do it because many of
No,
these.
because that would involve Sonic Team trying, so it ain't gonna happen. No.
Well,
It'd also get a lot of Adventure 1 fanboys whining.
yeah,
Well,
because
no, again, leave Sonic's levels the way they are because obviously that's Sonic. But like, Gamma's the last level we were in. Johnny finished that level in like what 30 seconds. With fans, what I was gonna say, with fans really complaining about them making the game better and harder, but this is the Sonic
Yes.
fan base, so yes, they would. Ted, the more I ask these questions, the more I start to side with you. In the fact that you hate this franchise and everyone in it. I'm starting to slowly come around to your way of thinking in this.
We're all approaching our 30s and full of regret. So,
Dude, I'm already in my 30s, man. I fucking hate everyone and everything.
Well, let's see. It's you, John, and Lewis.
I like how they all pick
my
a frog
YouTube channel is
that
10
matches
years
their
old.
color.
I love this. I love this cutscene. This is probably my favorite one in the whole game. Like it's just like okay, they all get the wrong frog. Gamma has the right frog, and then Eggman decides, okay, these robots suck. I'm just gonna scrap all of them immediately. It's hilarious.
they not only get the wrong frog, but the frogs are also the same color as the robots, except for Gamma's.
And I love all the arguing that they have. It's like, no, this frog is the right frog.
I love the vibrating.
No, but the thing for me is that though Eggman sends out 4 robots, so really only one of them could be successful. If you're gonna murder the other 3, why send them out in the first place? Only you. That's Eggman really being too much of a dick, in my opinion. Like, what do you expect, Eggman?
Just slides it between his arm.
That's a
What
big.
happened to the other frogs?
That's a big fucking frog. Let's be honest, right? That frog is fucking, Eggman is a 6-foot tall human. Froggy has to be at least 2 foot high and about 5 foot wide.
Yeah, that's
And now it's
probably
gone.
that's one of
And
the
now it's
biggest.
gone.
That would
And
be
now
one
the
of
frog is gone.
That would be one of the biggest species of frog on the planet because most of them are pretty small.
It's a freaking Triassic amphibian. Jesus.
Now this I
made
always
that
felt
up.
was really. I would like to see how they justify this part in the remake because this always looked clumsy. So what is it? Is it the spinning floor that causes him?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Because can he just stop?
Why is that? That serves no
I think the,
purpose
I think
other than
they-
to make Gamma go into the wrong room.
I think
That's
the narrative reason for that is intended to be that Gamma was distracted by what just happened to his fellow robots. Because there was this moment where one of them, before disappearing, kind of looks at him like, oh no, I'm about to get killed. And Gamma has this sort of mute reaction to it.
If I were writing this scene, I would have it so that he approaches Amy's door, but he hears a noise in the other room and he's curious.
Yeah.
Because
So he would check. Yeah.
also
Yeah.
this scene, if we think about it from Gamma's perspective, this is like watching a human like get arms and crap like stuffed onto
We can
them.
rebuild him. We can make
Yeah.
him better.
This is
No,
like
God.
watching really graphic experimental surgery from his
no, no,
perspective.
You know,
Your
from a
parts
robot's
are showing
perspective, this
data.
is from a robot's perspective, this is pretty gruesome.
No, guys, to be fair, I am on Eggman's side on this one. To be fair, Eggman literally says, "We'll use you for spare parts. Come aboard." Eggman's
Yeah.
sticking to his word.
And I love that scene because he gave him the puppy dog eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, you can come aboard, I guess.
How is Amy's high score here when she hasn't been released yet?
Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
She's been sneaking out to play Hedgehog Hammer.
Playing that awesome game.
She's really, really mad that Sonic hasn't rescued her yet.
Just gotta fill the time. This is before smartphones, so.
Make sure that egg is locked up. We don't want that fucking egg getting out.
Oh yeah, there are. I forgot about the random ass Chow eggs you can find around the adventure stages.
Did any? Okay, so everybody knows that the SA2 Child Garden has a huge fan base.
We'd
Wait a
love to,
bird.
but but the ESRB won't let us.
No, see, guys, that's why DX gave them individual fingers, so Amy could give him the
Give
bird.
him the bird.
I'm sorry, Ted,
Good
you're
night,
saying-
everybody.
Did people care? Did people only start caring about the Child Garden when SA2 came out, or did people care in SA1? Because
No,
the
I
Child
th- I
Garden in
think-
SA1 kind of sucks.
I think people liked it in SA1, but clearly SA2 refined it. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a case of people liked it. You know what? It's like the Chow Garden in SA1 is Smash Brothers 4, and the Chow Garden in SA2 is going to be Smash Ultimate. Until
Unfortunately,
SA2 came out, no one went back to fucking the Chow
So
Garden.
wait, with that logic, then you realize the A life system in Nights into Dreams is the melee
is Brawl.
and is the
yeah.
technicals.
The unfortunate thing about the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 1 is that all you had were the animals for boosting the stats.
And
which
then they
meant
all
that-
looked really stupid.
which meant all of your Chow
Yeah.
were a frickin' hodgepodge of animal parts. In the in Sonic Adventure 2,
Big Brother Edward.
if you just wanted to customize your Chow in a really specific way, like with only certain animal parts and just colors, then you could focus on the chaos drives that all had to do with whatever your.
Not to mention the
then there's the hero.
convoluted as hell way to get specific Chow breeds.
Yeah, and then there's the hero and dark side things where like if you care for your Chow with a certain character and it'll make them eviler or gooder. And
Yosh.
You know, the one thing I think SA1 has a slight edge over is the fact that there are a few different Chow Gardens that look different. I kind of like that variety. So, like the one in the Egg Carrier looks different than the one in the Station Square Hotel.
That's-
So
SA2
also
also has the hero and dark
yeah,
Chow
there's the hero
gardens.
and dark
Yeah.
Chow Gardens too.
No, but I get what
But-
I
but
get
I
what he's
do-
talking about. I can see that.
No, yeah, I agree. I do like it that it's like there's a beach one, there's a forest one,
Yeah.
there's a hotel one, whereas SA2 is just like heaven, hell.
Let's rock.
Yeah, that's one of the places where the Chow Gardens in SA2 fell short. Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that falls short is that you need a freaking guide to understand what you're doing. But you know,
Also, I
oh
like
my
the
God,
implication that the beach Chow Garden in SA1 is Eggman's kind of getaway resort because you have to type in Eggman here at the Egg Carrier in order to open it, and then you
I
go to a
wouldn't
transporter,
necessarily.
and it's like one of his beach bases.
I wouldn't necessarily say you need a guide for the Chow Garden because I cleaned out the Chow Garden without any trouble and I didn't bother looking any of that shit up.
All you have to do is raise him to level 99.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's all you gotta
no,
do.
I'm
Yeah.
talking.
It's
I'm
just a
talking
stat
about if you
building.
want to
Oh yeah,
understand
you know,
what's
all that
going
stuff
on.
like IVs and Pokerus and all that stuff. You definitely need a guide for that.
Which I think applies more for SA2 than SA1.
Yeah.
Frankly, because in SA1, because it was the part I was dreading the most when I was doing the All Emblems live stream. But it ended up being, no, just keep feeding them the specific amount of animals and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And the races were just more interesting in SA2 as well, because like you could actually help give them a boost of speed, whereas SA1, the camera keeps changing depending on who's in the lead, and like you don't really have any control over what's going on. It's just
Yeah.
The boost thing also felt random as shit, and you can like boost your opponent's Chow. Like, why the fuck would I ever do
Yeah,
that?
it's no chocobo racing. I'll say that.
See, here's the thing. I don't.
The fuck is this camera doing? What the fuck is this camera doing?
Well, here's the thing. Because of that camera fuck up, I discovered that lift. I've never seen that lift before, and it takes you nowhere. Like it takes you to the very top of the room, but the exit's not there. So what's the point of that lift?
You see, I've got the jet booster. You told me to go get the jet booster.
They clearly did want the Egg Carrier to be an interesting hub area with lots of weird stuff in it, but there's not a whole lot to do here.
I like it.
But besides Eggman's study is probably the best part.
And honestly, I think the Egg Carrier is the most fun hub rule to go through.
I'll
Mystic
agree with
Ruins
that.
is like, I think, because there's so many like neat little like Eggman made himself. I said last time, Eggman made himself a swimming pool. Eggman made himself a beach Chow Garden. The Egg Carrier shows you more about Eggman's personality than any cutscene in the game ever will.
I think that's actually one of the things that the adventure fields don't. This is the only one that feels like it has any character to it, whereas the others,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
It's a city.
It's a
It's a
ruins,
forest.
You know.
Yeah, it's kind of not good. And if they remake this game, I'm hoping that's another thing they improve on because like there's a lot to improve. Hell, you know what? Make it fucking Yakuza
Displeasure.
the Hedgehog. Make it Yakuza the Hedgehog
Yakuza the
with
Hedgehog.
with Kamurocho and
Oh my God! I just realized Gamma has wheelies. Oh my God, he's got heelies.
It's faster.
Oh man. Oh
You
man.
think you're hot shit, Sonic? Check this out. Holy fuck!
Oh.
How is he doing
But
it?
Tails, we can't hopefully compete with that.
he's more 90s rad than we'll ever be.
I like how
just gotta put a backwards cap on top of Gamma.
Sonic and the existential crisis.
I like how when you're playing as everyone else, it's Amy saving the robot. But when you're playing as Gamma, there's this really heartfelt scene where Amy stands 2 feet below the gun to block it.
Calculating, can
it's like
over Hedgehog,
like-
pew pew, mission accomplished.
It's like that moment in the South Park movie where the kids try and defend Terrence and Phillip, but Carl's mother still just shoots them both in the face because the
Although
kids are too short.
this scene, this version of the scene where Gamma actually does manage to get an upper hand on Sonic does make for more of a narrative payoff to this whole situation, and it actually would somewhat justify the whole Gamma storyline, because Eggman finally did manage to make a robot that could go toe to toe with Sonic. It just developed a conscience. And that knowledge would lead him to Omega, who gets sealed away, and suddenly that whole storyline makes sense, But
Yeah, because from the perspective of Sonic beating Gamma, it kind of goes against like what they want to do. It's like, Mr. Robot, please don't fight him, and Sonic, please stop beating the shit out of Mr. Robot.
So when it comes to Gamma, the way they decided to handle the story here kind of let the game down.
So the thing is, and I'm sure we'll be talking about this more come the next part, but Gamma's story is really the only interesting one from a narrative perspective in the game, with like actual philosophical depth and all that. But it means nothing to the plot because, like, literally all it is that
it has nothing to do with anything.
No, it's up because like big story is inconsequential to like just literally everything ever made by anything. But Gamma story is just like he takes part, like he fights Sonic, goes through levels, like what, I'm gonna go over here. You guys do that. I'm gonna go over here and murder some more robots. I don't need your game anymore. I don't need your shit. I'm Gamma, goddammit.
Go over there. There are demons there.
I'm Gamma the robot. Fuck you.
This is the wrong story.
But his theme's pretty good.